Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with the super featherweight contest over 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing first in the blue corner and wearing the black trunks, he weighed in at 9 stone 4.5 pounds from Cardiff. A welcome please to Jason White. And his opponent cross-ring in the red corner, wearing the silver trunks trimmed with blue. He weighed in at 9 stone 9 pounds from Coventry, the former WBC International Super Featherweight Champion, the Pitbull, Dean Pithie. Your timekeeper, Mr. Barry Pinder, and the referee for this contest, Mr. Howard Foster. This is 4 3-minute rounds.
Seconds out, round 1.
In the silver trunks, the silver and light blue trunks, is Dean Pithie. This is his second contest since he was stopped in October of last year in Coventry, his hometown, in a challenge for the IBO Super Featherweight title against the French veteran Pithie. He looked so good early on, was taken apart by some pretty hard body shots, but he's opened in pretty impressive style against the visitor from Cardiff, Jason White, who's won just one contest in his 4 professional fights so far. So it's Pithie in the blue and silver and Jason White in the black.
Well, Pithie straight away, he's trying to he wants to get back to winning ways. He's hungry. He delivered the first punch of the contest was a terrific right hand over the top, and White is the first southpaw we've seen tonight, and that's the punch against the southpaw, that right hand.
Well, another boxer with an excellent amateur pedigree, Dean Pithie, now 27 years old, the 1994 ABA featherweight champion, represented England in the Victoria Commonwealth Games. That same year lost to a very useful Tanzanian called Haji Matumla, who stopped him in 2 rounds, and he's always been a little bit susceptible, Pithie, to a good hard shot, but he needs this very much indeed if he's to keep on the comeback trail. After the defeat to Jelty, he came back to action in April of this year at Wembley, beat the Welshman Keith Jones, and here he is against another Welshman, this time Jason White. Pithie short and stocky, nicknamed the Pitbull. He's got to get inside the longer arms of the southpaw from Wales, and he's done that reasonably successfully.
I think Pithie's a bit of a victim of his own success. He landed a great shot the first shot of the round, and it's put White back on the back foot, as I would say, and he's felt the power and he doesn't like it, and so he's finding a very sort of a bit of a negative fight, I suppose, on the back foot.
Yes, he's been understandably cautious because Pithie can bang a little bit. I mean, he's won 20 of his 26 professional contests, 10 of them inside the distance, although he's been stopped himself on 3 occasions. Good little left hand from Pithie, had to really leap in and get outside the southpaw, and of course the best counter to the southpaw is that good old-fashioned left hook.
Oh, another good right hand by Pithie. If he'd have followed up that with the left hook, then I think it could have been an early night for him. Great right hand.
Well, real little pressure fighter, Dean Pithie, former WBO international champion and a challenger for both the British and the IBO titles, but he's always found it difficult when the standard has stepped up a bit.
It's obvious. I mean, Pithie's very eager to get back into winning ways here. He's got to put in a good performance in this fight. There's no question about that.
So a useful opening 3 minutes. This just scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds at super featherweight. Dean Pithie weighing in as probably heaviest ever. He's 9 stone 9. His opponent across the ring from Jason White, 9'4½". Bit of action from that first round. Pithie really piling on the pressure at the start.
Terrific left hooks to the body. There's 3 left hooks in a row there, and then he switched to the head with a lovely straight right and catching his opponent.
Wasn't able to repeat that though, really, was he?
No, a couple of times in the round he caught White with a couple of lovely straight right hands, and he should have followed up with the left hook, but he just didn't manage to do so.
Well, as ever, Pithie listening to what's being said to him in the corner and asking 1 or 2 questions. Am I doing this right? Am I getting this right? And this is his opponent, Jason White, from Cardiff, the southpaw, Made his professional debut last November. Just had 4 contests, won 1 of them.
Round 2.
So Dean Pithie in the light blue and silver. Surprise, surprise, coming from Coventry. Jason White from Cardiff in the black. Good right hand from Pithie against the southpaw. He's tried to tee him up with that left and bring the right across, and he's not too phased by this southpaw style. He's got to get his left foot outside the southpaw right of the Welshman.
That was lovely work from Pithie. He's quickened those feet up a little bit, moved in with quick footwork and delivered the shot and moved out again. That's good. That's good boxing.
He's very powerful. He's short and stocky.
Pithie just setting a little bit. He doesn't want to be doing that. Just wants to lead with the jab maybe. Oh, that's a cracking punch. Cracking left jab counter.
There wasn't a huge amount of power behind it, but it certainly put the Welshman on the back foot. And Pithie looking nice and comfortable. Had a terrific amateur record. 94 ABA champion. 3 times a junior ABA champion. Won schools and NABC titles, and there was a representative for England at both young international level and senior international level.
White's got to watch what he's doing here. He's leaving himself open a little bit. Again, we see a fight with his chin in the air, and that right hand keeps coming across.
Pithie tried to leap in with that left, didn't quite make it. White saw it coming and got himself out of the way.
Well, for the first couple of rounds, Pithie's been very positive, which, you know, it's obviously pleasing for his corner. Because it has to be said, when you've had a bit of a layoff and you've had a defeat, to come back and fight a southpaw is not the ideal situation, but he's adapting well.
Good solid right hand. He shortened it beautifully, caught his man right on the target, and a right into the body. And for the first time, White looked a little bit ruffled. Once again, that right hand.
Here we see a bit of a rare occasion where you have an orthodox fighter who is counter-punching a southpaw. 99% of the time it's always a southpaw trying to counter-punch the orthodox fighter, but it's the roles are reversed tonight with this fight.
Well, Pithie has had a great record as a professional. Rattled up 14 or 15 successive wins, including winning the WBO International Super Feather title. Good right hand by him, and again. And this fellow White has a very decent chin, because he bounced straight back and clipped Pithie around the ears.
He took a couple of good shots there, yeah, and he did come back. But that's where Pithie needs to get this opponent, needs to get him on the ropes. And White, he's fighting in the right area. He needs to fight in the middle of the ring. Again, you know, a taller fighter, more rangy against the shorter, stocky opponent. Pithie wants to push his opponent back into the corners and onto the ropes.
White going in with the head, but the referee saying to Dean Pithie, don't push the man down. And there's a nice little gesture, and a lively little contest this has been, Richie.
Yeah, good little contest. I'm pleased with Pithie. He's been very positive in those first opening rounds.
Some action from that second round, and Pithie just taking his time, setting him up with the left and then bringing across the right very quickly indeed. And against an opponent who's not only a southpaw but has a longer reach, it's difficult for Pithie to get inside.
Well, that was a rare sight there where we've seen an orthodox fighter countering a jab from a southpaw. You don't see it many times.
Rebecca, tattooed on the shoulder of Jason White. Dean Pithie with a tattoo on his thigh. Former Commonwealth Games representative.
Seconds out. Round 3.
Good couple of rounds from Coventry's Dean Pithie in the sky blue and silver against the Welshman Jason White from Cardiff. This Pithie's 27th professional contest, as against White, who's making just his 5th paid performance.
The mistake White's making here, now and again, he's just falling short with the jab, and Pithie's waiting, and then he's trying to counter. Look, there it is with the right hand. He falls so short with the jab, and then he comes across with the right.
But if you're going to put that jab out, you've got to make sure that the fellow stays away from you. Pithie warming to this very nicely. He's getting the left working nicely, and that right hand has got plenty of firepower in it. Good right to the body from Pithie. Ducking down short and squat. Wrestling.
Straight away.
Referee Al Foster steps in.
You know, Jim, there's such a contrast from the person who throws a good jab. The person who throws a good jab looks great, but if ever he falls short, he can look terrible if his opponent comes across with that right hand, and that's what we got here.
Watch the head to Pithie from the referee. Right hand again, didn't quite make the target, or didn't land with sufficient force to bother the Welshman. That was a better one. That was a better one.
That was a cracking right hand. That definitely shook right. And Pithie should capitalise on this and literally jump on his opponent here.
Well, White made his professional debut in November of last year, losing over 4 rounds to Steve Chinnock. He then lost in December to Scott Miller. Had an 8-round win, points over Nigel Senior in March, and then lost last time out. That was just in May.
I mean, White, he shows sometimes he shows spurts of good boxing. He turns from defence into attack, which is a good tactic. But his hands are slightly low when he's going into attack, and that's dangerous.
Well, Pithie really needs this one as a definite confidence builder. He had a few problems with another Welshman, Keith Jones, in April of this year in Wembley. Lost in a British title challenge to Michael Gomez. 30 seconds to go, and then one more round, and Pithie looking pretty comfortable, but can't afford to relax at all. I don't think White has got the firepower to beat him or trouble him too much.
Well, this is a good fight for Pithie, because if he does make mistakes, White, you have to say, he's quick off the mark, and so he's getting through with the odd jab and the odd left hand himself. But he's just not positive enough, White, isn't he?
Referee calls break, bell goes, end of the third round. Pithie well in control. Or some action from that round.
That's that right hand Jim I was talking about. Terrific shot, straight on the button. And there it is again, I think, from another angle. Lovely. He caught his opponent just as White was throwing the punch. He caught his opponent with a terrific right hand again. Well,
untroubled, unruffled, unmarked, most importantly of all. A little bit of reddening on the left eyebrow, but I think that's a result of some previous contests. So Dean Pithie looking very comfortable indeed. And at 27 years old, still has got a few more years of decent boxing in him. Would like to get back up into a stage where he's challenging for some kind of a title.
Seconds out for final round.
Just exactly the workout that Dean Pithie needed. The man from Coventry, wearing the Coventry colours, the sky blue, mostly silver, has boxed nice and confidently against a lively and sometimes awkward southpaw opponent from Wales, Jason White, in the black trunks.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. It's a good workout for Pithie. He's had to think a little bit against a southpaw, which for an orthodox fighter is never easy. You know, it's not been a case where he's throwing punches and he's hitting his opponent every time. He's had to think a little bit. He's had to be sharp tonight, and on 2 or 3 occasions he has done exactly what he wanted to do, landing that right hand, which is good.
Referee Harold Foster splits them up with just about 2 minutes remaining. They've kept up a decent pace since the very first bell. Pithie has been nice and lively and nice and strong, and has shown a good variation. That was a good shot by him. Once again, allowing his man to come to him and standing his ground and picking him off.
Typical example there. White led. He led the shot, but he had very low hands and high chin, and he just walked onto the punch. He walked onto that Pithie straight left jab.
Little clipping right hand once again from Pithie. Well, White's still showing little signs that he's not going to go away. I mean, he actually has produced a very good performance. He's lost his gum shield, and he's brought the best out of Dean Pithie at this stage of Pithie's
well, let's give credit where it's due.
Trail.
That was a cracking straight left from White himself. Pithie may have got a little bit complacent, and he walked onto a punch himself there. That's good work from White.
Pithie trying to go for the body. White trying to keep him at distance with that longer southpaw lead of his. White really has well earned himself a lot of fans and deserves a lot of credit for the way he's performed here this evening.
Yeah, just got a few things to work on. Dropping those hands, that's what he doesn't want to be doing. Keeping that chin down a little bit more. And not falling short with that jab. That's what he shouldn't be doing. He's done that tonight and he's been caught. So he'll learn from this fight as well.
Well, one thing that worried Pithie was that hand injury. He broke his hand way back in December of '99 when he challenged Michael Gomez for the British title. Lost over 12 very tough rounds. Broke his hand in the 8th but kept on going. But that seems to have recovered very nicely. Good combination by Pithie, and again good left.
That was a good left from Pithie. And again, you have you got to be said a pretty rare situation. This southpaw coming forward, and Pithie is catching him on the counter.
It's been a very good technical performance from Pithie.
Yeah, I think White senses that the fight's slipping away from him, and he's a bit of a last gasp effort, but he's getting caught as he's coming forward.
Pithie looks as if he could go another, well, certainly 2, possibly even 4 rounds at this pace. Yeah, no doubt about who's won that. And Dean Pithie, having lost in a challenge for the IBO version of the super featherweight title last October, has made a second successful comeback appearance and has defeated Jason White from Cardiff without really causing himself too many problems. So a good performance by Dean Pithie, and the corner will be pleased with that performance tonight here in Liverpool from the man from Coventry.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action, your referee Howard Foster scores contest for Jason White, 37 points. Dean Pithie, 40 points. Winner there from Coventry, Dean Pithie. And your appreciation for a very game boxer indeed there, Jason White.